Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today is all about my queens, trans, non-binary, and otherwise. This is part of my long-term project, trying to beat every deck on every stake without any Joker stickers. No Joker stickers just means you sell all your Jokers before the final hand, so none of them cross the finish line. Often what this turns into, the final hand will be 4 of a kind or flush house, some kind of high-ranking hand where you have a lot of glass cards. 3 to 5 glass cards, maybe even a steel card. When you're playing on gold stake, let's say gold stake erratic deck, you can't immediately play the 4 of a kind from the beginning. So in the early game, you have to play some kind of low ranking hand just for survival. If you are playing on the gold stake and you want to have like very consistent back-to-back wins, long win streaks, usually we spam pairs on the gold stakes. For that purpose, Shoot the Moon, I'm not a super huge fan of. I think the plus 13 mult, if you have even just one queen in hand, is very powerful. But sometimes when you are playing on the higher stakes and you have only 2 discards, sometimes you don't draw any queens and then you just die. But here's the solution that I came up with. Since we're playing on the erratic deck, we got 9 queens to start. This is the first shop. We took investment tags, so then the first shop is the big blind. First shop gives us Shoot the Moon right away. What's nice about this is in the early game with the Shoot the Moon, we can play either high card or pairs, with just a couple of queens. And then in the end game, as we're accumulating more and more queens, maybe even we make some red seal queens, maybe even we make some red glass queens, which we can hold in hand instead of playing. Then for the final hand, we can dump the queens as 4 of a kind or 5 of a kind, or maybe something else more interesting. Anyway, that's enough yapping. Let's go yass. Okay. Chariot's probably good. I would say maybe I don't normally take a chariot here, but since we have the investment tag, give it a try. Go next. This boss does debuff some of my queens because we did play the 4 of a kind queens. With the, like I said, 9 queens, I played 4 of a kind in the previous round. Let's look for more queens. Usually with the chariot, I put it on the diamonds because they are furthest to the right, and then I don't have to rearrange my cards, right? Give that a try. Obviously here you could just play the 4 of a kind and the 4 of a kind wins, but I want to do this. I want to do Shoot the Moon. Well, okay, we got Faceless Joker. Maybe we don't need to Shoot the Moon that bad. How many face cards do I have that are not queens? I have 14 total face cards if we want to try to do Faceless Joker. I'm a big fan of Faceless Joker. As much as I hate Shoot the Moon, I really do like Faceless Joker. Even on the gold stake, even with only 2 discards, I think just getting the $5 one time is very powerful. Maybe there's enough tension here. I don't want to do that. Crystal Ball, I'm very happy to see. Let's go. What's the boss here? Boss is face down cards, no problem. Okay, let's start ripping Arcana packs. Let's get some more queen. Sun and Moon. We could think about some kind of suit changing situation here. Maybe I want to make diamonds. Maybe. We could do the 4 of a kind. We could also do the flush house. Looking like we have a decent amount of aces, I'm noticing here. Aces of clubs. Maybe I want to make more clubs, except this queen is already clubs. I think this, I'm going to say I don't care about this. I will make some clubs just to make clubs. We get punished if there's a fool, because then we can't use the fool to copy the chariot, but maybe using the fool to copy the moon, then we can set up the flush house. I don't know. Staying flexible. Okay, so I have a star. I can make queens into diamonds. I could even make an ace into diamonds. It is awkward that the aces are in clubs and the queens are in diamonds. And I need to figure out a way to convert one into the other. We could just go Emperor here. It is a mega pack. I think Hierophant is really good with the Shoot the Moon because then you can do high card and then just the one card already has 50 or 40 chips. Maybe you go Hyro on an ace and a king. Probably we should go Emperor first. Could give us more information. Oh, let's try the wheel. Foiled again. So this means we probably don't need Hyro here, but you could consider, okay, if I go Hyro and then I can use Death on the queens. I think I'm going to save Death for my Steel Queen. I think in that case, if I use Death on a Steel Queen, that gives me a Queen of Diamonds. So maybe we want to make Diamonds here instead of Clubs. Alright, I solved the puzzle. Let's go next. Alright. As bad as Shoot the Moon is, Foil Shoot the Moon is pretty not terrible. Let's play a pair. Or high card. Probably high card. Now that we have foil, you should probably play high card instead of pairs. Alright, there's Mars. I think I don't want to do 4 of a kind. I think we can do better. I think this is a powerful enough start. I think we can do better. I have 4 8s. I might want to try to do that. I think the 8 ball is pretty fun. Or we could just go standard packs. There's a blue steel card. Let's pick up a Zoolander and save our money for a crystal ball. Let's go next. So do we use Death to copy the queens or use Death to copy the blue seal? Probably if we have 9 queens, probably the thing that we're supposed to do is copy the blue seal. Because having a steel card is kind of like having an extra queen, right? So I guess, fine, I'll do that. Turn a 3 into a 7, I guess. And then play, let's do high card. Okay. Living the dream, I guess. Maybe I'm not supposed to use these right away because we did just use a death card. We get punished if there's a fool. We get hallucination. We get cartomancer. Crystal ball. Go arcana first. Try to get money. Temperance for $6. That counts. I think also devil on the queen here. Let's make a gold card. Alright, so now we can take the crystal ball. We could go standard pack here, but it would cost us a little bit of interest. Let's just go next. And we get a moon, which I didn't want to do. So we don't have to sell it right away, I guess. Trying to decide whether or not we want to keep the Cartomancer. Cartomancer, if we accept the rental, we have to trade one, let's see here, $3 for one planet or one tarot card. Probably not worth it. We have hallucination already. All right, this here, if we sort by suit, is confirmed clubs, which means it's a confirmed queen, in case you were curious. All right, well, didn't get the blue seals, and that's fine, I guess. I'm not going to use the moon on the aces, I think. Yeah, let's just do diamonds. It's fine. I'm thinking about in the future, what am I using death on? I'm probably using death on a gold queen. Okay. This boss debuffs my hearts. Let's go buffoon pack. Get that hallucination value. I think superposition is not going to happen. Standard pack. Jack, we don't need. Alright, I want to save my money for the boss reroll. Let's go next. We are, in the moment, pretty strong. But that's not going to last forever. So, here you go. 9 queens in deck. We drew 2 of them. No need to panic here. Everything's fine. It's just, you know, acknowledging here. It is difficult to draw the queens sometimes. And kind of spooky. And if you're holding a bunch of queens in hand, sometimes it makes it difficult to play. Like, if I'm holding 4 queens, I can't play a 5-card hand, right? So, if you're doing this, you're forced to play high card. Or if I'm holding on to 4 queens, then I have to find a pair within the other 4 cards. It can be challenging. That's why I decided to go for high card instead of pairs, even though pairs scale better is the typical reason we usually play pairs on the higher stakes. We could play 3 of a kind, there you go. Now what? Business card as a foil? Square Joker, maybe if it wasn't rental, we could take it. Business card as a foil is useful for the short term. I guess maybe. So, I don't need to take it as a perishable. As a perishable, I don't need. If it wasn't perishable, I would take it. Not for the business card value. I don't think we actually get that much money from it because I don't think we're actually playing that many face cards. But we do get the foil. Maybe we draw a bunch of queens and we play 4 of a kind queens or something like that. The problem with that is my 4 of a kind doesn't have any molt other than shoot the moon. Let's go standard pack first and then Arcana pack second. That way we can use whatever tarot cards we get from hallucination. Could take a gold seal queen. Gold seal seems useful. I already have 2 blue seals. Let's take 1 more queen. I'm not sure if I'm going to take more queens than this, but I'll take at least 1 more. Alright, we got lovers, we got sun. How about devil? I could make my steel queen into gold. I actually don't hate that idea. I think we have enough queens. We got the steel 7s. I think it's fine if we do this. If we want to do this, we don't have to. We could go emperor instead. I like the idea of having more money. I could make something else into gold. Let's just do this. It's fine. It feels bad because we spent $3 on that chariot, but it's okay. Boss reroll, we can take next shop. Let's go next. It's early. I'd rather have the gold card. Alright, we can try to dig for the gold cards. We can play high card here. Okay, and that's it. Alright. We have Emperor. We want to take the boss reroll. We want to open these booster packs, probably. Emperor gives me another devil. Tower's good with a high card. Let's sell the moon. If I take the boss reroll, I'm not going to be able to buy the standard packs. Let's just go Mega Arcana. Fool for Emperor, or we can hang him, or we can go Strength here. I think we just hang him. So rather than turning the Jack into a Queen, we'll just go 7s and 3s. Let's hang him. And then use the Fool to hang him again. Yeah. 7s and 3s, that's fine. And then go boss reroll. Alright, let's go next. Okay. I was considering whether or not we sell superposition. Maybe we could get an extra $1. Let's see here. 4 and 2, we can hang them. I'm trying to figure out the order of operations here. Maybe we go gold queen and stone 8. And 4 and 2, we can hang them. And then I'm going to discard this queen and draw some different queens. Alright. Then we get the blue seal. Cool. Alright, took us an extra hand there. We have to play an extra, but extra hand is also an extra chance to draw gold or our blue seal, so it's fine. Alright, we're not going to use this right away because we just used a hung man. So there could be a fool card lurking somewhere. Boss says all face cards face down. That seems fine. Take Todd temporarily. I do want overstock. Maybe now is not a bad time. We can go standard pack Arcana. Standard pack first because of hallucination. Could take a blue king. I think since we already have the blue 7s, maybe we want a red seal 8 that we can turn into a queen. It will take a while, but maybe with hallucination we can get the tarot cards. We could do the 8. Get a death card. Okay, so plutonium's fine to use, and then we can go Arcana. Hermie. Alright, this could have been a hungman, but that's okay. See, I should have. I was thinking like, oh, if we get a fool, we could just use the fool to copy death, except there's nothing here for death to copy. Oh well. So we can go Hermie here and copy with a fool. I think here, yeah, Hermie. And then we can overstock. That's fine, actually, being able to overstock here. Don't need a Mercury card. We can go one more. Golden ticket, no. Habsies, maybe we don't need. We're down to 51 cards, 10 queens. Let's go one more. All right, extra discard would be great if it wasn't an eternal. Let's just go next. Okay. How many 9s do we have? Seems like we keep drawing a lot of 9s. Alright. I can use that to make another gold queen or blue seal. I think gold queen seems desirable. Alright. Turn the king into a queen. Congratulations on your transition. Let's play high card queen here, trying to draw blue seals. Play a rack. I need to get rid of my kings because the boss is going to give me face down cards. What do we have? We have 2 jacks, 2 kings. Okay. Invisible? Sounds like fun. Standard packs. We could get a purple 7 as another tarot card generator. I would say normally no. But maybe here, yes. Maybe it's early enough, yes. Even with -1 discard. There's another purple as a value generator we can turn into a queen. Maybe. And we get a star. Now I feel bad about taking the purple 7 now that we have the purple jack. It's okay. Let's go one more. Tower. We don't need. Let's go next. All right. We do get the purple jack. Let's do some discarding. If we wanted to be super efficient, we could play a pair here, which we know doesn't win. And then that gives us, you know, we can draw our other queens maybe. I'm going to use my discard. I could go 1 queen and 2 jacks into diamonds first. For my eventual, you know, maybe we have a bunch of queens of diamonds. Maybe do that flush house later. Maybe we even do the flush 5 later. I get a chariot. Okay, chariot I probably want to use on my red seal. Here we can play the gold seal queen for the money. I think I saved the chariot. Alright, so we shouldn't have any trouble winning. And this doesn't win. I think it doesn't win. Barely. Nice. Oh well. I guess one advantage of using the chariot now, then we could get another chariot later from the shop. Alright, this Pluto I will use. Hermie. Stone Joker is not terrible. Having scaling chips to go with our... I guess if I have the blue seals, I don't need the Stone Joker that bad. And we're going to use Invisible here soon, so let's just... Hermie. Before we open the standard packs, let's go one more here. We take Northern Lion. Alright, standard packs for the hallucination value. I'm not really looking for whatever kind of cards here. I just want the hallucination value. Take Northern Lion into Temperance. One more. There's an even better blue seal. This one's a blue 10 and it's diamonds. Alright. I've added a lot of cards to the deck. We should stop. We should stop. We should not add any more cards. Midas Mask is pretty desirable. Maybe we don't need superposition. This boss is awkward. We got the face down cards. We could re-roll it. We don't have to deal with this. I don't have to deal with you. No discards. That's worse. That's worse. Alright. Let's go Chariot here. And play the high card. Okay, I can play... Let's play 2 pairs so we can get the gold cards. We can play Jack High. This probably wins. I didn't move the seal card? Okay. That's probably enough gold cards we could get rid of the Midas Mask. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Boss says decrease level, that's okay. Yeah, we drop the Midas Mask. Probably. Yeah. Perishable anyway. Okay, we go Inweasable here. Extra egg is fine. Double hallucination is better. Okay. I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it too. We got 54 cards. How are we going to clean this up? 2 hallucinations. That's how we're going to figure this out. So let's go Empress we don't need. Mega Standard Pack so we can get the hallucination value. Skip all of this stuff. Then go Arcana. Alright, we got a Hung Man. We got an Emperor. Let's go Emperor first. We get a Death card. So... could be Death here. I think Death I want to use on a Gold Queen or a Steel card. Probably actually Purple Jack is pretty good. So how about Gold here is fine, or since I have Death I can save Death plus Devil and then make a gold card that way, or we just use it here. Gold here is fine. Stone the 7. Hang the aces. That's it. And go next. Alright. I don't want to waste hands. Okay. We can make another Jack. And then we can discard 2 purple. Tower and Emperor. Let's go Emperor. Okay, get another star. I don't have that many queens that are not already diamonds. So stone here, star on the 1 queen. I could save the star and try to set up for the flush 5. I'm just gonna use it now, make room for the blue seals, and play the rock. What's in here? Seance? I don't think that's what we're doing right now. There we go. Okay. Pluto cards we can use, no problem. Power. Let's open these booster packs for the hallucination value. There's a blue seal Jack. I just need strength. I'm gonna take it. There we go, plutonium. Alright. Tower is nice. We've had at least several hands where we draw a pair and we don't want to play a pair, and then turning stuff into stone means we don't have to play a pair. You could consider this fortune teller. Maybe this is a kind of unique run where fortune teller is not terrible, I guess. I'll allow it. This means we don't actually have to draw our queens. We could just play whatever. We get a purple Jack. We want to save the Chariot for the red seal if possible. Let's go stone the aces since we have too many aces. And we don't actually need the stones to win, so we can just discard the stone. Okay. We can make a gold queen. That I feel fine about. Crystal Ball gives me 3 planet cards. I could use the chariot here. I could not use the chariot. I mean, if we play this, this doesn't win. Chariot or planet card? I think I keep the chariot. Though getting slightly punished for being slightly greedy. I want to see my red seal, but we have 53 cards in the deck, so I get it. I understand. I just... Can I have it? Let's go Celestial Pack. Get that hallucination value. There's a Priestess. I don't think Tower is important enough for me to not just sell it. Get rid of Mars. Let's go Buffoon Pack. Could take a free reroll. I think with the tarot card generation, we're supposed to keep Northern Lion. Pyro doesn't matter. Go one more. There you go. Yeah. We could use it, we could keep it. I think I'm gonna go next. So here, discard the rocks. There's the red seal. See? I could play a pair, just get rid of it, maybe. We can play pairs to stall. We can probably discard this jack. I think I don't need the rock. All right. Use Temperance to make room for the blue seals. That's it. All right, it's ante-6, but we've made miracles happen in the past. We just used Temperance, so maybe let's not rush into the Pluto cards. We didn't get a Fool, and that's okay. This boss is a little bit rude, I gotta say. A little bit stinky. Alright. Go discount. And then standard packs. I'm just looking, okay? I'm just window shopping. I just want to get my hallucination value. Okay, there we go. We got it. I want strength. Copy with a Fool. Don't need the Chad. This fortune teller, I keep forgetting. We keep selling tarot cards. I think it's fine, but I keep forgetting. Could use chariot. We have enough steel cards. Basically everything's steel. Everything that we want to be steel. Let's go next. This bot, I don't have to deal with this. Serpentine. I think we actually now... I'm going to turn... I was going to consider turning purple into steel because then we can copy it with death, but I think I have enough other death targets that I'm just going to go steel here. Discard purple. We did make 2 purples, right? Okay. We have Hyro. I could play Gold Seal Queen. I don't want Hyro. Give me another queen. Alright. I want to unlock the flush 5. I want to get the unlock. Alright. Use plutonium is fine. Hallucination value. Skip. And then Arcana. Judgment we can skip. Alright. Emperor, probably. Still looking for strength. But now I can use my star to do my flush 5. Maybe. Discard Purple. Lowers we don't need. I can play this one without winning. Okay, I can play another one without winning. I can play another one without winning. I had the thing, I had the hand, I could have done the thing, but I goofed up. That's a big goof. Oh well. I'll take a bowl. Seems pretty good. I guess this star is not vitally important to me. Okay. Death card. So probably we want to use death on the purple jacks. We can go Hermie here. I still want strength. Bull makes sense. Bull is real, but I want to spend my money. Let's see here. We can go one more. And that's it. Alright, there's a purple jack. Let's make purple jacks. And fool for death, maybe. Discard one at a time. Temperance. Let's go still death, I think. Alright. Use temperance, discard 3. Okay. Aces, we can hang them. Hermes, okay. We only need to play one card. Okay. Okay, let's not goof this one up. So this should be fine. Okay. And then you play the 5 and get the blue seals. Yes, actually calculated. Yes. Alright, my final hand probably gonna end up being flush 5 jacks instead of queens. I'm trying. Allegedly, I'm trying. We can go pick up Honer. We got money, right? So give me strength, please. There's another blue seal. This time it's a jack of diamonds. I probably should. Alright. Devil. I take a hiker for the extra chips. So are we trying to play the flush 5 all the time, or are we still trying to do high cards some of the time? Unclear. Spin the wheel. Probably what you're supposed to do, anti-7 gold sig, probably you're supposed to get rid of hallucination. That's pretty greedy, holding on to the value generator this long. That's understandable. Get the star. Could be Seltzer, doesn't really do anything for us. Moon, no. $9 reroll, let's go next. Alright. So I can go gold and I can go diamonds, but I can discard first. Okay. All right. Star. if we do one of these, it's not gonna win. And then we can do one of these with the flush 5 and we get the hiker value. Yes. And if we level up the flush 5 enough, then we don't really need to shoot the moon for the flush 5. Okay. Okay. They give my hallucination value. Hey, look, a queen. The blue queen. I feel like we should, but I really need to stop. I need strength. Rebate instead of hallucination makes sense. So let's go Arcana first. Judgment and Moon. No, we can stone a 3, I guess. Alright. Don't need Todd. Fool we can hold on to. This is probably worth it. Drop the hiker, get the extra hand size. Extra hand size is basically an extra blue seal. Alright, let's go next. Alright, give me strength. Nope. Alright. We can play high card. We can discard the jacks now. I probably don't need this 8. You son of a biscuit. Whatever. I can strengthen these jacks. That's fine. And use a fool for another one. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but we got another one. I could have done this. I could have done jack and 10 strength and then jack and jack strength. I messed that up a little bit. Anyway. Here, probably I want to save the strength for the other purple. Okay, I could do another one of those. Okay, that's 44. We could do another one of those. 44 is not winning yet. Alright, and then we can go strength now or strength later? I really want to hit the red seal, but maybe it's too late. Maybe that's not going to happen. Alright. So play the glass one, and then we get the 2 blue seals. Okay. Okay. I no longer have hallucination. Okay. We can go one more. There's a beam. There's a juggler. Plutonium, sure. Alright, show me a fool or a death card. No, but we get Hermie here. We can get a little Hermie. Rebate on jacks again. Boss wants to debuff my clubs. Okay. Eris, sure. Go one more. Alright. Rebate on jacks. So, awkwardly, we get rebate on jacks, but I want to turn my jacks into queens. So, let's start by playing high card with the rocks, or play high card without the rocks. Yeah, just something like this. Okay. 2 glass jacks. I should probably turn them into queens. At the cost of a little bit of money. As much as it pains me, I believe that's correct. Fool for strength, immediately rewarded. Alright. Empress, we're just gonna sell. Alright, let's go play this high card. There's no way this wins. Great. I have another jack. Okay. So we could use strength there. We could save strength for some other different jacks. I think I want to use it on the glass one. I think that's the move. So let's go play this rock, which also doesn't win. $75. Okay, so without the rock, okay, this is fine. So we could go strength, jack, and 8. Discard purple. Oh, you love to see it. All right, 9 and 7. Yeah, or I guess 9 and 9. It doesn't super matter, right? All right. We can play the steel one. We could do these 5 like that. Yes. Okay. The last card we used was strength, and so maybe I don't want to use the errors cards in case we get a fool. Okay. The star doesn't matter. Hero merchant does matter. Huge. This mail and rebate really hasn't been working out. I regret giving away my hallucination. Alright, boss says shuffle me Jimbos. So let's go standard pack. There's a jack that we don't need. Why do we don't have a hallucination? I don't need to be looking in there. Okay, no Eternals. We could take Sly Joker instead of, I don't know, instead of the rebate. Nah. I am considering taking the Stone Joker. Maybe my high card is not high enough level. I want the Stone instead of the rebate money. Take a star. We are fine. Oh, that's it. Go next. Alright, rebate on jacks. So we can go. I kind of want to use star on the red seal, right? So discard these plus the jack. Okay, wheel doesn't matter. I can play high card this way, saving a discard. Okay. I can play high card again. Without the rocks, this is going to be less on purpose. Maybe I don't need all the steel here. We just go high card like that. Alright, the next one wins. So we discard the jack. And actually we don't need the steel cards, right? Okay, star. Now we just need a little bit of strength. Just a little bit of strength. I guess worst case scenario, you just leave it as red steel. It doesn't need to be a queen, I guess. Alright, there's another star, which we don't need anymore. 2 Arcana packs. Okay, we got Emperor. Judgment doesn't matter. Priestess could give us planet card. Eris. Juggler. Rebate on Jax. You son of a biscuit. Get the extra hand size. Strength? No. I mean, okay. Alright, Jax. 2 at a time. Congratulations on your transition. Go one more. Death to make more, probably looking like glass. I can make a gold 8. I guess gold 8 is not relevant. Probably we just go priestess here, right? Yes. So let's use the planet cards first. And then death card. We still have 52 cards. I'm not proud of it. But we got a nice amount of multi on the fortune teller. Okay. I want to discard purple. Is there anything else I'm trying to do? We have enough blue seals. I don't need all of these. Okay. It can go... The last card we used was death. I want to discard these 2 purple. Okay. So... Gold here, steel here. Hermes fine. We can play high card without winning. Even with all the steel, we can play high card without winning. Or maybe not. Let's start here. Okay, with only the 2 steel cards, that was already pretty high. Alright, and then play the steel ones. There we go, flush 5. Get that crystal ball value. Okie dokie. It takes 2 strength cards, 1 strength and 1 fool in order to turn the 10 into a queen. Strength. Okay. Probably we don't need Northern Line here. Could take the extra discards. Kind of like that idea. I need a fool. Could take a free reroll here. There's an extra discard that doesn't cost me hand size. I kind of like that better. Sixth Sense, no. Wheel, no. Mime, can't do it. Too powerful. Go next. Alright, so we need to be very careful. Okay, so there's a 10. Can become a jack. I guess I can't discard the purple seals because I want to play the flush 5 with glass cards. So I guess that's it. I guess that's the end of that story. Let's see here. I can play this kind of high card. Actually, with the 1 steel is fine. With the red steel is fine. And another one. And another one. Okay. Ooh, we could discard 1 more purple. devil. Ah, bummer. Alright, I have... Let's do one like this. Alright. Now it doesn't super matter what we do. So there's 21 cards in the deck. I just want to find my one more glass queen. Discard all of these. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Ship it. Crunchy. Alright, there you go. That's it. Erratic deck done. So just like I said before, we want to beat every deck on every stake. White stake, red stake, green stake, all the way up through gold stake. Here we go, gold stake, erratic deck. No Joker stickers. Sell the Jokers before the final hand. Able to score 7 million points with the flush 5 here. We had the glass flush 5, but we were able to level it up with the, we used the blue seals. And that is part of the power of the blue seals, is you don't have to wait around for the planet cards to show up in the celestial packs. I think we only got one Eris card, a single Eris card from a celestial pack. Maybe there was one extra one in the shop, but basically came from the blue seals. And so we have this question of like, okay, well, if I start out playing high card and I start leveling my high card, why would I want to switch to something higher ranking? Well, potentially the higher ranking thing could score more points. The flush 5 is going to scale faster than the high card, and then also putting a bunch of glass cards in the flush 5 is going to score more points than doing high card with a bunch of steel cards. Maybe. It depends on what your hand size is. I think with normal amounts of hand size, then the flush 5 is going to be better. So then the question becomes, okay, well, how do I bridge this gap? How do I get from being able to play the high card to playing my level 1 flush 5? Level 1 flush 5, we played the first one in like ante 6 or 7 or something. I think it was ante 6. We played the first one. And part of what allows you to do that is you have the stacking plus mult Jokers. Shoot the Moon, once you play all the 5 queens, then you don't get the plus mult from the Shoot the Moon. We got the plus mult from Fortune Teller, which usually is not very good on the gold stakes, just because you don't have access to that many tarot cards. You don't have access to that many resources to dig for tarot cards. But we were able to use hallucination. So once again, as part of this video series demonstrating these tarot card generators, enabling you to do more interesting things, enabling you to build more interesting decks. This Jack, by the way, started out as an 8. An 8 which we turned into steel, an 8 which we turned into diamonds, and used strength a couple times to turn it into a Jack. We didn't get all the way to queen, but just having red steel is fine. It's a glass card that you don't have to play, right? If it's retrigger, that's already a ×2. And you know what? Not every Jack needs to become a queen. Take care, everyone.